tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Are you ready? It's time!
Welcome back to another Thursday night episode of Software Explorations. We are continuing with our Swagger Auto Generate. We're going to go tonight, will probably be the last night that we're going to be working on this, because we are going to be moving on to bigger and better things. Tonight is Thursday, June 20th, 2024. Can you believe we are almost at July already? Almost at July already, right? We are getting it in. We don't miss. All right? If you do not know who I am, I don't know how that's possible, but if you're new, I am Tech Coach Ralph, where we are engineered to win. I like to win. You like to win. Let's get together and let's win together, because you know.
They ain't believing us.
But
We the best.
we are the best. We are the best. No one does it better. All right. So with that being said, we are going to get into the show, into our agenda for tonight. You know how we do our little housekeeping. But before we even do that, let's just say, what's good, Yakar? What's good, David? Welcome. And I believe we have a proper celebration for David tonight, I believe. But I need to get reminded, what is it that we're celebrating? You know, I love to celebrate your victories, your wins, but I just need a little reminder, because some other people, I'm not going to call no names, like Ferris, right? They don't know how to properly celebrate our wins. So I want to celebrate our wins together, and maybe we can give Ferris some insight on, hey, this is how we celebrate our friends' wins. All right. So, just trying to help a brother out, So with that being said, let's get into our agenda. Let's get into our agenda for tonight. So housekeeping as usual, gratitudes, and our show schedule. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you so much to all of the subscribers, those who have been with me for such a long time, those who are new to the channel. I appreciate you all. You guys are the best.
I appreciate you.
And just so much insight and support, and the comments that you're leaving on the videos that I'm clipping up and everything like that. It's sometimes it's almost overwhelming, because knowing the value that I'm able to bring to your life, it means a lot to me. All right. So I just want to say a big thank you to you all. And of course, a salute to the tech savages. And that includes all of the Patreon members, the tech barbarians, the tech prodigy members, the technical explorers. It includes the tech mercenaries, those who are the YouTube members. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the bag chasers. Shout out to the bag chasers. we are here to win. We are here to get our tech on, all right? Here to get our tech on. So now let's just jump right into our live show schedule. So let's do it like this. The morning show, coffee and kata. What does kata mean? Kata is I believe it's might be a Chinese word, maybe a Japanese word. It's from Asia, all right? Let's put it, it's from Asia. But it means practice. So like when they're doing martial arts, it's practice. They're practicing so they can become great at it. So the same way we have to, like the same way we go to basketball practice, soccer practice, football, if you are not from the United States, baseball practice, football practice, whatever type of practice, singing practice, band practice, one time at band camp. Your car says it is Japanese. See, shout out to your car always. I'll bring it up after, but shout out to your car always helping us out.
I appreciate you.
It is Japanese kata, right? So, all types of practice. So the same way, we need to practice our craft. We need to practice our coding. So I call it coffee and kata so we can practice. So when I first started, we were doing like these little challenges. This year, we've been doing the mobile app development for the time cost calculator, which is inside of the iOS App Store. You'll get the link rotating in the chat throughout the night. Download it today. Let me know what you think. Give me some feedback. Maybe you have some ideas, some feature ideas. Well, I got a great suggestion from Junior the other day. We're going to make that happen in our next release. Going to be creating some stories for it. So that's what we do on the morning show. Mobile app development. We're going to eventually get into some other type of app development. Who knows? Who knows what? But we are here to learn. We're here to get our mind stimulated in the morning. It's about 30 minutes to an hour long, just to get going, to get the juices going for the day, so that we can be utterly productive. All right. So that is our morning show. That's Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 a.m. We have Sunday afternoons, software explorations. We're focusing on Terraform. Infrastructure as code, if you're into that type of stuff. Just got a new coaching person, a new coaching member, and they are in networking. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's perfect, because looking to transition to the cloud, we're looking at AWS, looking at Microsoft Azure, looking at Google Cloud Platform, we're looking at Terraform, we're looking at DevOps. Building out a plan of attack. So if you're interested into infrastructure DevOps, join me on Sundays for Terraform. Tuesday nights, we have our Q&A session where we answer questions you can call in, questions in the chat, questions that I find around the internet that you might have, you don't even know yet. We have a great time, so much fun on Tuesday nights. Join us at Tuesday nights. Thursday nights, software explorations like tonight. We're going to be wrapping up API documentation tonight. So join us for that. And, we're going to move on. Whatever happens tonight, we're going to move on, right? Whether we get all of our goals for API documentation or not, it's time to move on. Sometimes, you've been in maybe it's a relationship for a tad bit too long. That's how I feel about this API auto-generate documentation at this point. It's been a little bit too long. It's not me, it's you. It's not me, it's you. All right? So, and then lastly, my favorite show of the week. We have the Men Lie, Woman Lie, Numbers Manipulate. Yes, Numbers Manipulate. That is our weekly economic numbers review. We're reviewing the job data, unemployment data, consumer sentiment data, how people are feeling when they're in their fifis about the economy. Do they feel that it's good? Do they feel that it's bad? Who knows? But we review all of that Saturday mornings, 9:15 a.m. We get the show started, and we just talk and we review it. We break it down to a 6th grade level, to make it easy to understand. I do it for myself. I do it for myself because a lot of this data is new to me. I just started learning about it maybe 2 months ago now. think this is like we've been doing it for like 2 months now. And we have Yakar and Mitch who joined me in the chat, giving me so much guidance and direction. You know, they are the experts in this type of stuff. I'm just the face. Just the face. Just an old face of the show, all right? That's what I'm here for. But I appreciate mentioning your car because you know what? If it wasn't for them, I don't know if the show would keep going. Because it was like, oh no, this is my favorite show. You can't cancel my show. I was like, you know what? For you guys, you've got it. All right. So that is our live shows. Something almost every day. The only day I don't go live is Friday. Right? You know, I'm like, I can do some offline work on Fridays. Still working. No days off. But, you know, a little bit offline. Now, let's jump into our pre-recorded content. Monday's Candid Conversations. How'd you like doing on Monday? How'd you like that? Gotta do what you gotta do, all right? So, Mondays is Candid Conversations. Wednesdays, we have software explorations, concept, and overviews. And Fridays, what did we talk about yesterday? Yesterday, we spoke about DevSecOps. Yeah, DevSecOps. And Fridays, we have the Bug Bite, where we talk about, you know, different vulnerabilities, a lot of things about cybersecurity, hacks, bugs. When we first started, we talked about like some Nissan bug and things like that. Tomorrow, we are going to be talking about the Snowflake hack and how it affected a lot of other companies as well. So, and then throughout the week, we have additional content. We have clips from the Q&A show. I'm starting to clip up the breaks and the segment and the coding segments and stuff like that from the software explorations live streams. So much stuff going on. So, join us, find something to plug into, leave me a comment, send me a message, whatever the case may be. We are here for you. And with that being said, that is our housekeeping. Look who just showed up. Look who just showed up. Let's do this the right way. Let's get this off the screen and let's get to the chat. All right. So we have in the chat. So David Chinnery, welcome. Welcome. How are you doing tonight? And we have Yakar says, let's get it. And that deserves a
let's get it.
Yes, sir. And Yakar kindly informed me that it was Japanese. Oh, I'm assuming it was kindly because Yakar is a very kind person, but it could have been like, come on, guy, Japanese. It could have been that way, you know, but I'm going to assume it was kindly. All right. I'm going to assume it was kindly. And we have the wealth building journey in the building. We have been chatting up a storm on how we can build a particular type of app, but we got to the point of, well, how are we going to do this? How is it going to look? How are we going to break it down? I'm like, all right, stop the presses. This is where your car comes in. We have the idea. Your car is going to come in and he's going to say, okay, boom, 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 boom. And we're like, okay, we got it. Got a good plan of action. Let's get to it. All right. And the wealth building journey says not a 6th grade level, a 4th grade level. I hear you, wealth building journey. I hear you. But you know, sometimes there are some things that you just can't explain to a 4th grader, you know? And we have my guy in the building. It says take off the blazer, loosen up the tie. Superman is alive. And Mitch also adds, you can't cancel Saturdays. It's a chat favorite.
Bruh.
And that's a fact. All right. Let's see where else we at. And Mitch says, my presence is a gift. Well, you know, I can't argue with that. I cannot argue with that. Shake your bank. All right. So they come for the topics and stay for the entertainment. That's how it should be. That is how it should be. See, and my goal is always to, let me put that on the screen, right? Because my goal is, how can we make this fun? How can we make this learning thing challenging, entertaining, exciting because a lot of times I think that software development, software engineering, tech in general got a bad rep. And that's why so many people they come and says, "Oh, I want to transition to tech." And and here's the thing. The sad part is they want to transition to tech because they seen some tech influencer or something, some cybersecurity influencer, and it's like, "Oh, you can work like 10 jobs and you can make this much money." And and it's like all you have to do is sign up for this boot camp right here, and guaranteed in 3 to 4 months you will have that $500,000 a year job, and then you can also add another job onto it, and you'll be good to go. And I'm like, I don't really see that happening, but I think you can actually learn to enjoy it. And that way you can build up your resume and your experience so that you can end up at a much higher paying job, as well as learn how to use these skills to either be a consultant, build your own applications, all this type of stuff. If I didn't spend all these years doing what I've been doing, there's no way I would have been able to build this mobile app. There's no way I would have been able to coach people. There's no way I could have been making this content and then have the likes of Yakar and Mitch and the Wealth Building Journey come hang out with me. But I had to build up my profile. I had to build up my knowledge. I had to build up my skills. Because one thing that I don't know if it drives me crazy or if it saddens me, or maybe both. But it's like when they come in and they're like, "Oh, I have absolutely no idea what tech is or how something works," and I'm like, there's so much content that's free. I wish I could see the demographics of who the subscribers are to some of those to some of those people on social media, like on YouTube or Facebook and stuff like that, who have like 500,000, but they're not like selling you a dream. They're just going through actual coding stuff and things like that. I'm just saying. Anyways, shout out to you all. And Mitch also says, "Ralph, you built your tribe, followed." I hear that. And says, "You created your own table." Okay, I like that. Shout out to Mitch. All right, let's get into a little icebreaker real quick before we get into our show. All right. So with that being said, the icebreaker for today. Hopefully it's the right one up. Yeah, it is. Okay, so this is the icebreaker for today, right? So it's gonna be: is your manager scared of you? Yes, that's not a typo. Is your manager scared of you? So this I read this post, right? It says some managers get scared when candidates have way more education than they do. Imagine having 2 master's degree and 2 post-grad diplomas, and they wrote some word that I don't understand, while your potential boss has only 1 degree. That's a big difference. So don't be hard on yourself if you don't land a job. It might just be because you're overqualified and the hiring teams feel threatened. What? Threatened? Yes, threatened. Remember, managers are people too, and it's natural for them to be threatened by highly skilled candidates. Keep shining, and eventually you'll find the right job for you. And if you feel like it's taking forever, next time you apply, don't disclose too much. Adjust your CV to fit the requirements for the job you are applying for. Well, what do I think about that? Is your manager scared of you? I'm going to go with no. How about no? I don't think they're really scared of you. I mean, some managers could be, but what is the fear? What's the fear that a manager would have of your degrees? See, or maybe I just think differently, right? It could be that. Maybe I think differently because I'm like, well, is the fear that, oh, this person's going to end up taking my job? I never really think about that because I know some people with tons and tons of degrees. And then when I'm like, all right, well, do this. And they're like, they're literally like this. I'm like, yeah, I need you to do this. And they're like so flustered and stuff like that. And there's some people who have degrees and they're like, oh yeah, cool, no problem. See, for me, I honestly don't care about the paperwork that you have. It's useful for getting a job and stuff like that, but it's only a part of it. For me, I'm like, can you do the job? And now, if you can see, now if a manager is bothered by your degrees, then that's a personal problem. Because for me, I'm like, well, if you do a good job, then that makes me look good. So I always want the best. I always see me when I was going through school. There was a very particular reason for it. It was to get what I needed so I can be in a better position to make money. So like when I was in school and then I actually ended up getting a job, and I was like, all right, let me just finish the school because let me finish it. But they said, okay, well, who's coming to graduation? I'm like, what graduation, man? I'm done. I am done. Because I didn't care about that. I didn't care about the piece of paper. So could it be you don't land the job because you're overqualified and the hiring team feels threatened? Yeah. But it could also be, see, here's the other side. It could be that you just don't have the skills to do the job. You might have a degree does not equate skills. 2 degrees does not equate skills. It just means that you can go to school for 10 years or however long it takes you. And then you can pass some tests and stuff like that. But real world experience. See me, I'm always looking for real world experience. How are you going to perform under pressure? How do you perform under pressure? And for me, taking a test, filling out, using a Scantron. Do you guys remember Scantrons? Mitch, Wealth Building Journey, your car. Do you guys remember Scantrons? You remember? They used to make us buy our own Scantrons too. At first, they used to give the Scantrons to us. Then we had to buy our own. Like, what is this? What is this? Right? Anyways, but I digress. You see, ADHD kicking in, right? But I'm like, I don't know. I don't think that managers are scared of you. Maybe some are, but for the most part, I think they just want to win. And I don't think you're going to be overlooked because the hiring team is scared of you, because you can only make the team better unless you suck. Unless you suck.
Bruh.
Right? But me, I'm always looking for the winning team. Did the Miami Heat not want LeBron James because he was better than all the other players on the team? After LeBron James left the Cleveland Cavaliers, and then he came to Miami, and then he left Miami to go back to Cleveland, did Cleveland say, oh no, now that you have 2 championships, you're overqualified, and the other, losers on the team, now they feel threatened? Why do we see it any differently then when it comes to performing at work, being put on the winning team? But maybe I think differently, or maybe I see it another way, right? Anyways, that is the icebreaker for today. I know I'm going to get some heavy disagreement because, Mitch's favorite player is LeBron James. So he might feel otherwise about it, right? Anyways, that's our icebreaker. Let's get to the chat. Let's get to the chat. Let's get the show started. Let's get the show started, all right? So Mitch says, that is true. Even if you don't have a degree, they are still scared of your knowledge if and only if you actually have that knowledge. And I don't think they're scared of you. And your car is on Team Mitch tonight. Oh my goodness. Is this real? Aww. Teamed up with Mitch tonight. Oh my goodness. And the Wealth Building Journey says, I'll go easy on you. Next time, you got to sound it out. Oh my goodness. And Mitch says, I say more. So take your job, especially if you have more knowledge. Time for you to level up. See, me, I don't believe a degree means like, I don't know. To me, I don't think degrees mean experience, because I know some people who are so highly educated, right? So highly educated, but they're dumb as a rock. They're dumb as a rock.
Bruh.
And that's doing a disservice to the rocks. I'm just saying. All right. And Mitch says Scantrons hated that, you know. And MQ, yes, indeed, MCQs with Scantrons. Get out your number 2 pencil for the Scantron. I remember those. And then you could, like, at that, when you had the test, that's when you can't find your number 2 pencil, or it breaks and you don't have a sharpener, right? And then now in the middle of the test, you raise your hand and you ask the teacher, "Can I go to the sharpener?" And now you look like now you look like a fool because you didn't have an additional pencil, right? And Mitch says about my LeBron analogy, LeBron to Miami, that's a bad analogy. That's not the same. Why not? Why not? Maybe if you said a different player, I would agree. Cleveland took an ex-girlfriend back so they could. Oh my God. But he dumped them twice, though. So I don't know. It says your car, you're sick. All right, that's enough. That is enough. All right, we're gonna get the show started. We are gonna get the show started tonight. So this is the plan of action, right? This is the plan of action for tonight. We're gonna do our 3 segments of coding work, and then during our breaks, this is gonna be the order of operations. All right, order of operations for tonight. The first break, we're going to be talking about no-code solutions. I saw a video about that this morning. I wanted to offer my thoughts on no-code solutions. The second break, we're going to talk about I'm going to share a Reddit post that I responded to this morning. Just about 4 words was my response. And maybe it was last night. I don't know. And, it's about what to do next after the ISTQB foundational certification. And then the third break, I'm going to tell you guys why I'm an idiot.
Bruh.
All right, so that's the plan for tonight. Let me read these 2 chats. Oh, okay. So let me go back. So Wealth Journey said I missed something. So let me read your cards first. Your car said, if degrees meant everything, you wouldn't need experience. We all know they ask for years of experience when you're fresh out of college. And that's why in college, you better take those internships if you can. Take those internships. So, says, I missed the comment about the degrees and circles and employment. All right, let me find it. Let me see. There you go. Says, I know people with so many degrees they could make a circle, but they are unemployed. Well, as little Jimmy found out that the degrees could keep his papa warm at night. He never had a job, but he had so many degrees. And Mitch says, I said knowledge, not degrees. Well, the post said 2 postgraduate degrees. 2. Not 2 postgraduate knowledge, whatever that might be, but 2 postgraduate degrees. All right, Mitch, follow along. Keep up. Come on. Use that data analyst. All right? Use the data analyst. All right? It said 2 degrees, not knowledge. All right? Anyways, enough picking on Mitch. He already has a hard time with. He says, I don't care what the story said. All right. Let's go for it. I'm telling you what Mitch said. All right. Enough fun and games. Who would have ever thought that tech could be so damn fun? All right, so we're going to do for our implementation, I'm going to start the application, connect to the database, and we're going to try out these requests. Is that going to work? Oh yeah, I can do that. So we're going to get started. Let's start up our first 20-minute segment.
It's time to do.
And I am going to, before I even share the screen, I need to copy. Well, I can share this screen. Oh, no, let me take this right here. Copy that. Let me see. I'm trying to rig something up real quick. And let's go to. Let's take that right there. All right, there we go. Let's see if that's going to work. Where is my Docker? And yeah, I think that'll work. Thinking. We will. Let's try that. All right, we'll find out if that works. I don't know. I figured it out. We'll figure it out. All right. Anyways, let's do a quick recap. So over here, we have our Swagger auto generation, right? And we've seen it work. We have it generate the page. What I wanted to figure out today is try the request and then see if we can find out how to do the generate HTML for the documentation. It works for when we do it manually, but when we do it for the auto gen, it creates it in the JSON. I'm not sure if that's because it's installed as dev. I don't know. But I saw it as an HTML when we were looking at their GitHub stuff, but I don't see it here in the documentation. So we'll explore. We'll see. Not a big. If not, it's not a big deal. But I just like to have the documentation as HTML because you can share that with people so they can see it. But this was a software explorations and stuff like that. So I'm thinking, what is the best way to? I guess I can just do. Okay, I know what to do. Let's go over to here, and we're going to do go to our other screen, our WebStorm. And by the way, for those who are familiar with the software issues that we had with the streaming software, I was able to work with them and they were able to update it where they fixed it, allegedly, right? So we're testing. I tested it out on Tuesday tested it out yesterday, and it was doing pretty good, I must say. I was pleasantly surprised. So we'll keep monitoring that, see how that goes. Oh, they fixed something else too, believe it or not. All right, cool. That's pretty cool. They fixed a bunch of stuff, so I like that. I like that a lot. So here we are, and we'll monitor that throughout the night as well because we are streaming with 60 frames per second as opposed to 30 frames per second. So we are in it to win it. So we are here. Let me see. What was the name of my branch the other day? Git branch. Let's see what we got. So Git branch is to see what branches that you have, and this no tick, no one generates Swagger docs like us, inspired by your car. So Git checkout, and we are here. So we're on this branch, and we are going to. For those who are not familiar with Docker, you should check out the Docker playlist. Because I'm going to use Docker Compose to start up the application, kind of. Let's go into, let me see, if I go into here, not here, I want to go to the package.json. And I want to go to, if we go to here, and we go here, here, right? So this should start it up at, I don't like how it's going to do it actually, because I actually want to just start up the database. So let me see if I can just start up the database by itself. If I go to comment this out, yeah, if I comment this out, I should be able to get the database all by itself. Maybe. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's comment this out. Because I don't want to have to build the whole application over and over again. Let's go to a slight detour. Let me see here. All right, comment that out. And let's see if we were just to, let's see if we'll be able to connect on this. All right, so let's start this up. Let me do a Docker compose up. See what happens. All right, we got our network running. And if I go and I do another terminal and we do start. And we need to install. What do we need to install? Which one does it need to install? Let me see. Every single time. What? Module not found. Which one? Let's go. Let me install the AutoGen again. Let's try that again. What? What are you talking about? Can't find module. Oh, can't find module start. NPM start, maybe? Let me see. All right, there we go. There we go. And if we go over to our AutoDocs folder, so this is what it generated. And let's see. If we go over to this right here, it's saying that the server's local host is 3000, production. Hey, look at that. We got the definition from the wealth building journey. Look at that. So let's see if we try something out here. Let's say we do. Well, before I try it, let's go ahead and do this first, actually. I am going to see if we're connected to the database. Let's go with, we go over here. And we go to like that. This should let us know if we're connected to the database. And we are not. Well, we got an error. So let's see what the error we got is. 3 left. And something's not found. No Mongo connection found. All right, cool. Let me fix that real quick. All right, give me a second to fix that. All right, we're connected. So if we do another, it says we're connected. Let me see. No response. Why not? Not getting any errors. Let's see. Here. Let's see. That's we're connected. All right. Let's open up. Something isn't connected to one another. Let me see what I can do. We got the database. So let's open up. See, now we're going to go into a deep dive into some stupid Mongo stuff. Let's go. I'm going to create a much better way to manage multiple environments. Let's see here. Waiting for Mongo Compass to open. We'll say, ask me later. All right, so here's the software. I'm going to bring it on the screen as soon as it finishes loading. It's connected. All right, let's see. Let's see here. All right, let's go here. Connect. All right. So this is Mongo Compass. Hopefully it's not killing my computer. There goes the database. Quotes collection is the collection name. And there's a bunch of data in there. So why is the app not using it? Let's see here. It's not even registering. So, all right. So this is, so we know that we can connect. So that's good. And I see the app is connected to it. So if we go and we look over here, we'll see the app is connected to it. So I'm gonna try one more time. Nothing's happening. Let me stop this. Stop this madness. Syntax error, no. I am going to try this instead. Database still connected. Okay. All right. So I see what's so okay. If we look over here, the swagger is because like I did a request, it got a response, all that good stuff. So the swagger is actually not the swagger, like the code for the swagger is not actually connecting to the application. So we figured that problem. So annoying, but we still figured it out as we always do. So now we need to figure out, okay, how do we get that to work? So let's go and say, if we look over here and we say advanced usage, where did we see that the other day? Maybe it was, let's see. Building documentation at project startup. So they said Swagger autogen output file routes doc, then require index. So I think we're using ES modules, await import, and then this thing right here. Let's see if that's how our code actually looks in our Swagger JS file. So let's go over to the other screen. And we go await import app.js. And it should, because it tells us our database is getting connected. So I'm not sure why it's not actually starting up completely. That's weird. Let me try that one more time. Because when I did the node, started up directly with node with the bin, like the way that it used to be, it started up. But when I started up with npm start, it doesn't do that. See? Something is breaking in the process. Not sure what it is. But that's okay. We can live without it auto starting. We can just generate it. Because I think that's more of the goal instead of it generating upon startup, which would be better. But if you can't get that, then we can't get that yet. Or let's take one more quick look at the documentation. Actually, if we go over here, and it says to build documentation before the project starts and rewrites the Swagger autogen function in your swagger.js. Import. So where index is your project's root file, change the start script in your project, your project's root file. So if we go and we look at, they have examples in this one. Let's see. Let's see here. And we look at, where they have examples. I thought they had examples somewhere. No? Thought they had examples, but maybe not.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
Right. Just so routes. And then here, we don't start the application with where index is your project's root file. What is a project's root file? Not sure. Anyways, we'll go to working straight on the autogen. We'll worry about the documentation at startup later. Would have been cool to have it, but for some reason that's not working. Not my top concern or priority right now, right? But let's go to break. Let's go to break. And the first topic of the break is going to be, let's see, about no code, right? No code solutions. What do I think about no code solutions? Let's get our break topic up, right? So I saw a video this morning, and I'll put 5 minutes on this. Actually, yeah, whatever. I saw a video this morning, and it was a content creator talking about what their thoughts on no code solutions are. They are already a software engineer, software developer, and they wanted to try out a no code solution. I think they used Flutter Flow or Flutter Dev or something like that to build a mobile app because they didn't want to like learn a new language and how to do Flutter like the way that we did the past 6 months now. Building out our time cost calculator. So watching the video, pretty much what ended up happening was they built a good majority of the application with no code. And then they got to a part where the software wasn't, or the no code software to build the app wasn't fully developed enough that they ended up having to go into some custom stuff. And then once they got the no code, it was a hot mess, right? It was a hot mess. So, and they were saying like, so with the no code, it might not really, a lot of people had that problem. And my thoughts on it is I stay away from no code solutions like it is the plague. Yes, I stay away. Why do I stay away from no code solutions? Because exactly what this person is talking about. They it's so when you have these WYSIWYG editors where they're drag and drop and stuff like that. If anyone has ever used a WYSIWYG editor in like a WordPress or I'm going to date myself, a Joomla, or I forgot the name for the other one. But if you've used like in one of those CMS editors a no code solution, or not a WYSIWYG editor, which you don't have to put an HTML code, it generates the HTML code for you. When you look at the actual generated HTML, it is crazy. It is so bad. It's not clean because it's trying to give that the look that you want, and it's putting all this HTML and stuff like that because it needs it to show on the front end. But it's so messy. But people don't know any better. But then you end up having like fonts are going all over the place. You have like things that are bolded that shouldn't be bolded. And for me, that's how I see no code solutions. I'll give you an example. At one of the companies that I was at, where that's like where I first started working on automation, we had built out a huge suite of automated tests, and we were able to customize it whatever way we want because we have direct access to the code. So when we need to do a loop through products, or we need to loop through different things, if you need to do some type of logic of if statements or else statements and switches and whatever it is that you're using in code, right? So now they wanted to build a no code solution so that any other QA person would be able to quote unquote automate. But it was a hot mess, just like any other no code solution. It was trash. And that's why but that's what's going to happen, because you're going to need to do some type of custom functionality, and then you're going to be limited, and then you're going to have to like say, oh, can we add this feature, can we add that feature, and now you're going to be waiting like a sitting duck. That's why like whenever I get approached like, oh, we have this automation thing, and I'm like, well, do I have access to the code? You kind of have access to the code, but we have everything that you need. I'm like, how do you know without? Even I don't know what I'm going to end up needing. I don't know what I'm going to need. So how can you know that you have everything that I'm ever going to need? Oh, we can build a custom module for you. How much is that going to cost? I mean, I could just code it out myself. See, and like, so there's two different things. There's one thing, there's building software. But then there's like, if you're building something for yourself to use and to market and stuff like that, then that's different. So me building building an app through a no code solution, that's not going to work for me. And for me, at least for me, maybe I'm crazy. Call me crazy. Don't call me crazy, but call me crazy. It's like I enjoy the process and figuring it out on how I'm going to build it for myself and what are the ins and outs of it, all that good stuff. To me, I like that. Now, why do no code solutions actually work for some people? That's because a big majority of the people who are going to go to these no code solutions, they don't know anything about tech. They don't know anything about coding. They don't know the things that they're going to need to do. It's going to be so basic. So like, if you need an app, that's just going to say like, oh, when you get to it, it's going to show you like some picture. Like, let's say you want to build an app for, let's say you're getting married, for instance, right? Or nowadays, maybe you're getting divorced, and you either way, you want to throw either a wedding party or a marriage party or a divorce party, who knows? And you say, oh, I'm going to build an app where people can download my app and they can, see what's going to be happening and whatever. I don't know. It's a bad example, but it's, bad example. But they go in there, they build their little app, and then, okay, now you can download my app. So that's what I'm saying, where it's gonna work for some people who don't really have something significant that they're doing. But if you are a software engineer, your mind is going to be spinning on like, oh, I can do this and I can do that, I can do this. You're gonna get to a point where that's not going to happen, and you are going to be sadly disappointed, and you're gonna say to yourself,
congratulations, you played yourself.
All right. So for me, I do not like no code solutions. I would rather figure it out. I'd rather build a team. And, so like, oh, but it's so expensive to get someone to do this and that. How much more expensive is it going to be when you get a good 80% of the way there? But it's impossible to finish it because it's incapable of doing that other 20%. Unless you pay them the same amount of money that it would have cost to do it like on your own in the first place, So that's my thoughts on no code. There was a comment in there where someone was saying, like, yeah, like they saw so many people who got to that same point and then it was a mess. But there was one person who did say, who they said this, like, oh no, this is perfect because I build a whole front end. I build a whole front end with this no code tool. They probably work for the company or they're a sponsor or whatever, right? But so like it does the whole front end, and then I connected to APIs here and there, and boom, boom. I'm like, wait a second, that's not no code. If you have like all this API stuff that you're connecting to on the other side, that's not no code. Maybe you no code like some part of the UI, but for a lay person, for a novice, they're not going to know how to connect to APIs and stuff like that. So that's what my thoughts are on the whole no code solution. I am not a fan of the no code solution, but it might work for maybe some small mom and pops, uncle and auntie stores. All right. So that is my thought behind the no code solution. All right. That was our first break. And we're going to read the chat. Mitch is so funny. And it said to the wealth building journey, I try so hard to be civil. Well, same way that, you know what, Mitch? The same way you got me to stop drinking energy drinks, maybe you should find a way for yourself to be civil, all right? And your car says facts. No code solutions is like saying you make millions with passive income. What? Are you trying to tell me, your car, that I will not make millions with passive income just sitting down, watching TV, seeing the dough roll in?
How dare you?
I can't believe you would say such a thing, your car. I can't believe you would say such a thing. Your car says he's calling OSHA. These lunch breaks are too damn short. Oh man, see, I just got started and you guys are already reporting me to the feds. I tell you, you see, it just doesn't work out, right? And Mitch says, with all due respect, this time it's all with all due respect. It's not with no respect. This time is with all due respect. Would be no fun without Mitch. That's a fact, though. That's a fact.
We the best.
Right? But anyways, so that's my thoughts behind the whole thing. That's our break. Let's jump into part 2, where we're going to continue with we're going to continue with what we're doing, right? And next break, we're going to be talking about the Reddit post, right? But in this break, in this segment, we're going to continue with our API documentation. We're just going to bypass the whole starting it up, right? So let's start our second one.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right, so we're going to go to, let's look at the documentation so I can undo this madness. Let's see. We are here. ES module. I'm not exactly sure what the root file is for the project, so we'll just leave that out for now. We don't need to worry about that. And we'll just so we need to do this part right here, right? And we're gonna go to I already have it. So we can just copy this whole thing right here. And let's go back over here. And we just drop that code right here. Drop it like it's not working. Let's see. Why did that not work? So we have that. We have output files. And then we should just close it, right? Let me see. Why is that not working? Is this part of it too? Oh, okay, I got it. I think. There we go. So we have that. So now if we go back to our package.json and we change this back to close this down. See what that command was. /bin/ww. All right, so we got that. And so now let's start up our app again. And that's connected. So now if I go to make another request, cool. Why is it a 304 though? Oh, I know why. Because I didn't put the, gotcha. Let's go with that. All right, there we go. So we have that. So our database is connected. Let me open up another terminal. And according to our documentation, we are going to run npm run swagger, right? So now if we do npm run swagger, and now there's some type of syntax error in here, but we'll figure that out. If I open this right here, and now if we were to go to this get random endpoint, because that one doesn't have any, so we get a 200. So that's good. That's good. See, no one cares about what you did yesterday. You have to change your dialogue. What you have done today. That used to be mentality doesn't work. That's a fact. That's a fact. So if we go to get all API quotes or security. All right. So if I password, let me see. Let me get the password. Give me 1 second to get the password. Over here. Over here. What's going on? By His Grace Dispatching. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Happy to have you here. All right, so let's go to .env. Close some stuff down. We don't need this anymore. And we go to that. And that. All right. So if we go back over here and we say send, we should get a whole list of stuff. So our connection is working correctly in this generated documentation, this auto-generated documentation. So that's good. Let's see what else we got. So if we keep going, let's say we take one of these IDs right here. And we go to this one. And we pass in the ID. We already have the authentication. And we send. We should get that quote back. Look at that. Look at that. We are winning. Oh, what's up, I was just talking about you earlier. What's going on, Junior? Junior's out here double dipping on the watch. I appreciate it, Junior. I appreciate it a lot. All right. So pretty much everything is working. We're connected to our test database with our documentation. So here's a question. If you have API documentation and you have the ability to try it out, when you are actually doing, like if it's connected to a database, would it be connected to the production database, or is that why you only have it? I don't know. That's a good question. That's good. I have to think about that, because you don't want people being able to interact with your API documentation through the production database, Interesting. I gotta think about that. I gotta do some research into that to see what's going on. Anyways, but that's that part. So cool. Now let's go ahead and let's continue reading through our API documentation. Oh, look at that. What is this? So we just switched to redoc preview, switch to and then nav servers down here. We switch to the, which one is that one? That's the Swagger UI preview. But I still don't see, and then we have the schema over here. We added that. Let's see, put. With the put, you have the ID that you, if you want to try it out. Patch, the same thing. The random endpoint. The post a quote. One thing about the post a quote, if we look under the put in the patch, we have that, and then they have a request body, and here they have this, but here for the post, I don't see a request body on that. So that's something that we did want to take care of. There are no parameters, but there should be a request body. The required keys are quote and author. So if we go here, and we go and we look in our routes, and so all right, let's look for the post. So we have parameters, body. So this is something that we tried to get to work. Oh, so maybe this typo is why it's not working, right? Definitions. How do you spell definitions? All right. So maybe that typo is why it was working. Let's try that again, right? Run it again. And if we go to Swagger output, refresh, and we go to post, still nothing there. Maybe I need a dollar sign. So let's look into that. Let's look into that, all right? Let's see. Parameters. Swagger parameter name. Inline ID. Creating a new parameter called parameter name and query. I have that in body description. In body description. Definitions. Some definition. Have that quote. Creating a body with explicit schema. I don't know why it's not pulling that. Dollar sign ref. Definitions. Some definition. We have add quote as our definition. Let's look at the definitions that they have in the schemas and definitions. Oh, this is 2.0 though. Where's 3.0? Schemas and components. Maybe that's where we got it wrong. So schemas and components. So we have, let me go over here. That's probably the issue right there. We probably were using the Swagger 2.0 when we should be using Swagger 3.0, right? So let's do that. So let's update that, right? Let's update that to what it should be. We're gonna go over here and inside of components. So we should have components, security schema, and we're gonna say comma schemas. And we're gonna open this right here. And we're going to say, let's just copy this in there, right? That's probably what the syntax error was. I'm going to, yeah, I think that's what our syntax error was actually. Let's go to here. We have add quote, and we have this stuff over here. And we can probably just get rid of this right here. And then in here, so now if we go over to our route, or root, is it root or route? Root or route? I guess it depends on where you're from, all right? This is for your car. You feel me? You feel me? The wealth building journey. You feel me? All right, so ref. Let me see. So this is, all right, this is inline. All right, so we're gonna do over here, we're gonna do schema, ref, components, slash schemas, slash add quote. And cool. Let's try that. All right, let's try that, see what we get. We still have our syntax error. Swagger parameters out of structure in routes in the post. So it's out of structure. So why is that? Let's look at our documentation real quick to see why. For let me see, for here. So they have it different. So swagger.request body. So it's probably that way for what do you call it? Because the difference between Swagger 2.0 and Open API specs, that's probably why it's different. So we're gonna do description, Swagger responses. All right, so let's just get rid of this altogether. Swagger response request body. Oh, okay. Let's slow it down a bit. So I'm just gonna get rid of this right here altogether. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna get rid of this altogether over here, and I'm just gonna start doing what they have here. So swagger dot request body equals, and I don't like that I don't have auto complete because I'm writing in comments. That sucks. But I could do this, right? I could do swagger dot request body equals, and now I have autocomplete, and then I just copy it over afterwards, right? So let's go with required is true, and content colon application slash JSON, and then stay schema. And we're going to open that, and we're going to say that's going to be reference, hashtag components slash schemas, slash add quote. So this should be there's a thingy up here too. So this should be for that right there. So if we cut this out now, cut it out. Take that out, and we're gonna just dump it right here. And we are going to try running that one again. Let's run it back. And guess what? We didn't get any errors this time.
Let's get it.
All right, so now if we go back over here and we do a little refresh, if we go and we look at our posts, well, looky here. Example value. We have the quote. We have the author, the wealth building journey. Cool. And let's see what else. Request body required. Let's say if we say try it out, what do we get? And it gives you an example to do. All right. So if we say the wealth building journey, not 1, but the wealth building journey 2. Yeah. Imagine that. Double the wealth building journey. Too much for me. Too much for me. All right. So do we need to authenticate? I guess we might have to actually. Let's see. Let's try it out though. So we have that. Let's say we execute. And the execution result is 401 unauthorized. Zero trust architecture got us down bad. All right. So let's keep going. Let me see. That's good. Let me put this in real quick. Get the password.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
All right, so I'm just gonna put this in here, click on authorize, and we are authenticated. So now if I go back and I put, we got a 401 before, unauthorized. We try it again. We have a 200, we have the wealth building journey 2 in the building. So now if we take this ID, right, and we scroll down over to get quote by ID, and we say try that out, and we drop in that quote, that ID for that quote, and we do execute. Well, looky here, we have the wealth building journey 2 up in that bad boy. What we'll do next on after you come back from break, we shall see if we can do the patch and everything like that. All right. So that is the plan. All right. So let's go over to break time. Break time. Welcome to break time. Let me see. Let me check how this system is performing. We are doing good. We've been streaming for an hour and a half, and your car. The memory usage is just at 1.5, and I have Docker running. I have WebStorm running. We had MongoDB Compass running, and we're just steady at 1.5. Steady at 1.5 gigs of memory used. Shout out to that. Shout out to the stream not freezing and us going crazy with our software getting at 75 gigs of memory. Crazy. It was crazy, but we figured it out, right? So we are talking about, let's go to second break, and then we shall hit up the chat, see how everyone is doing. So we are here, and we're going to go to Reddit response to ISTQB certification. This was my response to this, right? And so let me zoom in real quick, and I'll put up a 5 minutes timer. And let's go over here real quick. So this had said ISTQB foundational. I passed the ISTQB foundational, debating whether to take the mobile add-on or ISTQB IoT and mobile certification. Any suggestions? suggestions. And in my Mitch voice, I said, I suggest getting some real world experience, period. That was it. I left it at that. Was I wrong? Was I wrong for that response? I don't think so. And guess what? Quite frankly, I don't care. Because I think, you see, this kind of goes back to the are your managers afraid of you because you have so much education. You have all of these certs on your wall. You see, some people, they have a bunch of like certificates in their background, degrees and stuff like that. I have hats because, I like hats. And I have pictures of me fighting because I like to fight. Not really, but you know what I mean, right? Anyways, I digress. But here, it's like, oh, okay, I got this cert. Can I go, like, what cert should I get next? I'm like, how about you actually know what you're doing? Like, actually learn how to use it. Because, like I said this story in the past, every time I talk to people who, like, they go out and they get their cert, they get this cert. I'm like, okay, so how do you do this? And then they start giving me these wild, crazy answers that make no sense. And that reminds me, actually, someone that I interviewed. And at the end of the interview, we always ask, do you have any questions for us? And they blew me away with their questions. They were like, so what are this, like, one of the questions they asked, which, what are some of the struggles that you had when you were just starting? What would you say I should do in order to like ramp up quickly? They asked questions like they had already gotten the job, which I love the confidence. They asked me, like, it wasn't about like some random question about, oh, what about this benefit? What about that benefit? It was like, okay, it was about the job. And they showed that they actually wanted to start. So when I see these questions about, oh, I passed this test. What test should I take next? How about you actually go and do something? What is real world? Like, so now you ask, oh, well, how can I get real world experience if I don't have a job? Well, join a team. Join a team. So many people come up with so many different ideas. One of my tech barbarians, Bridget to be exact, she's working with one of her friends who's learning more about software engineering, or it might already be a software engineer, right? But they're building this app. And they teamed up so Bridget can do the QA and the friend could do the front end, the whole full stack development. But that's what I mean by building some real world experience. My tech barbarians who are working on the Quotes app, they get exposed to Docker. They get exposed to GitHub. They get exposed to Node, to QA, real QA. They found bugs, crazy bugs. They found configuration issues, all that type of stuff. So whenever I see, oh, what certification do I do next? I'm like, how about you get some certified real work experience, real life experience? It's kind of like those, 22-year-old life coaches. Who are you coaching? A 7-year-old? I don't know. And as you see here, the next comment was from my comment, and it has 7 upvotes already. I second this. Even the foundational course places you with some unrealistic expectations of how to test will be like. Every company is different. Every app is its own thing. I use almost nothing.
Move on, back to work, chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work, back to work, back to work.
Your car call OSHA because that was super rude of the timer to tell me to move on, right? But this person said, I use almost nothing from my ISTQB foundation course. other than an analytical way of thinking, and that's pushing it. What? I got most of the thinking from going to university.
Bruh.
And then, can I get this last one on there? You guys can't see. I'll read the last one to you, right? It says this. I remember when I took the foundation exam, my boss said, please leave your experience at the door. This is because what I learned mostly different from real life experience. So for all of you certification chasers, good luck with that. Good luck with that. And on that note, all right. So where are we now? Let's check the chat. We'll do one more 20-minute segment, and then I will get into why I'm the biggest idiot I've seen thus far. Yep. All right, so let's read the chat. We got my guy Junior in the building. Got a support from 2 accounts, not 1, but 2. I appreciate you, Junior. I appreciate you. And your car points out the obvious. We over here working while Ferris is playing video games. See that guy? That guy Ferris. First he gets his name. By the way, I nicknamed him Feisty Ferris because he'd be getting feisty. He'd be like, because I said so. I'm like, whoa, slow down, Woody, slow down. You see. My Caribbean brothers, they be getting feisty, but I'm like, all right, slow it down a little, right? Let's see what else we got. Mitch says he's definitely playing. He's streaming playing video games, right? And Mitch says Ralph would definitely put him on a pip. He might even fire him. Who knows? But you gotta be a little bit gracious with Ferris. With feisty Ferris, you gotta be a little bit gracious, all right? And Yakar says they talk about how I talk. I don't care. I'm me. You feel me? I'm gonna be me. Yeah, you feel me? I'm gonna say something. You feel me? That's why I know I can't work for nobody. You feel me? I feel you, Yakar. I feel you. Says bro was on one. You feel me? Oh my goodness. Mitch says Junior has burner accounts stalking them girls that blocked him. What? Junior does not do that, all right? Junior does not do that. He just be mean tweeting. That's all. He uses the burner account to mean tweet. Let's see. But that should have been an episode of When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong. That's a fact. That is a fact. Says I never use this account for channels that bring value so my business algorithm doesn't get messed up. That's a good idea. That is a good idea. Junior is a smart one right there, and says and Mitch says I'm not the feds. I was joking. So you say. So I bet Young Thug thought Lil Woody was not the feds as well.
Bruh.
Right? My only OP is Ralph and sometimes your car. Okay, I hear you. Says, I was thinking about the other day when you were like, why am always coming at you? And what about the people that have all the letters after the initials and emails? Man, that I can't even say anything. It's like it'd be like boom, 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 boom. All right. So what is this? Can I chat GPT it? I'm like, what? No, you can't chat GPT it. I told you the story the other day. A friend of mine said they use a software where they like pretty much it's a one-way interview, they call it. And they screen people before they actually talk to them. And they be seeing people like, and it's recorded. They be seeing people like starting to Google stuff, looking there, like using their phone. And they're like, well, I guess they're disqualified, And I am not sneak dissing anyone, right? And it says, he definitely does. I'd be ready to put these Tyson hands on him. Tyson chicken? What? What are you talking about? And we got David in the David. What's good? What's good, David? Welcome. Whoa, remind me, David. What did you say in the chat yesterday on Ferris' stream? Because he did not give you a proper celebration, and or was that Jason? Was it you, David? I don't know. It was somebody. If it was you, David, we were here to celebrate you. If it's not you, then I'm still gonna celebrate you anyways, right? Right. Oh, OPP, not yeah, you know me. All right, I got you. Yeah, you know me, all right? Yeah, it was. What was it? Put in the chat what it was that you said yesterday, David, and we are gonna give you a proper celebration here because Pharisee, he like, I'll get my soundboard someday. I'll get it. I'm gonna take a 5-year vacation. I'll come back with a soundboard. I'm like, Pharisee, come on, what? I've been telling you about the soundboard for such a long time now. Let's get it right. And he says, so David said, I got that cash collected from my agent. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. See? And that is a proper celebration when we win because one more for you. One more for you.
I mean, all we do is win, man. You know that.
All we do is win. And David won yesterday. So keep it up. Keep up the good work, David. Proud of you.
Let's get it.
See? Now, tell me. Was that a proper celebration or not? I think Ferris is gonna before the break is. I hope so. All right. See, that's what I'm talking about. A proper celebration. All right. Shout out to David. All right, let's get to our last segment of the night, and then we're gonna wrap it up. But remember, I still have to tell you why I'm the biggest idiot that I've known thus far. Right? But it's gonna be after our last segment. Let's put our 20 minutes up.
It's time to do.
All right. So we've got over here. Let's take, let me see. So when we do a get on this one, we have the status is pending. And the author is the wealth building journey 2. We have the quote, right? So we're going to take this ID and we're going to move over to the patch. Why did that take me there? Patch, all right. We're going to drop in. We're going to say try it out. Drop in the ID. So there's a mistake here because like the update on, we're not supposed to pass that ourselves. It should be, we just want to pass status and we want to say active. So we can always edit this the sample for the patch, but yeah. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's say if we execute that, and we got a 418. What's a 418 client error? I never heard of 418. Let's see. Patch. API quotes patch. Why did that not work? Status active. Patch. Client error? Never seen a client error. Let me see. Why is that one not undocumented? What are you talking about? Let's see. I'm gonna change that after the show. Let's see here. Why did that give me a client error? That don't make no sense. let's see here. That should be. Is it? That don't make any sense. Patch. String path. That puts it in the path. Should be. Let's see. Pending. Let me see. Execute. That gives it. So this undo all this stuff, right? If I do send that, I know that's not going to work. That's so weird. Let's go and look over here. And wait a second. This is doing a patch to here. And if I say execute that, let's move this back to status. So we should be able to see what is happening right here. But as soon as I do that, I get a client error. So something's not right with the. If I go over here and we do execute, then we get that right here. But when we do the patch, it's not picking up. So it might be something is wrong with the setup of the patch route. You know what it is? It's probably because we don't have it properly set up because we're using the specifications from we're using the specifications from let me see where's patch. So if we go here, patch. So let's define a schema for it, right? Let's say we go to here and we go to patch quote or say patch quote. And we say, let's get rid of this stuff. I mean, all these are not required though. Let's go this like that like that. And we say status is active. And let's say we take that and now we go back to our routes and we take this right here and we drop that right here like it's hot and we change that to patch. And now if we were to go back to here and we say npm run swagger should get regenerated, refresh that page and we go to patch. And now if we were to, oh crap, I lost the, well, let's do it like this. Let's go to get and we're going to say try it out, execute, and for a one we need to authenticate over again. Great. Let me go and authenticate. Let's go to here and And we go here. Go back over here. Authorize. Close. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna do so now. If we go over to execute, we should have the wealth building journeys quote at the end. We're going to take that ID and we're gonna go all the way down over here to the patch. Let's see if that's gonna work. Put that in there, and I just want it to be active because with the patch you don't have to send. We built it so you don't have to send the whole thing. On the put you have to, but on the patch you shouldn't have to. So let's see if we execute. Why am I don't know. This is weird. I don't know why I'm getting a client error on this one. Let me try it through here and through here, and we go to let's go over here. Okay, that's a put like that. It's not even going to the application. That's the weird part about it. I don't know why. So if we go here and we say send 400 bad requests. Oh, I'm supposed to be using patch. That's why. So patch. Let me go here. It's still gonna be a bad request. Oh, okay. This should be all caps active. That's why. So send that, and now that works, right? So that works, but it doesn't work in the. It doesn't work when you do it through this, which is weird to me. Status colon act. That should have worked. I don't know why it didn't. And it's not even going all the way towards the. I don't know. That's weird. Not sure why the other ones work, but this one doesn't work. But I'm not too worried about it. Let's say we do the put. And we say write out. Oops. Take that. And we put that in here. And I don't want to lose this stuff. But let's say we take this right here. Actually, no, before we even, well, no, that doesn't even matter. But let's say we go here and we go to here. And let's say we change that to 1. And we don't include anything else with it, right? Let's see if that's going to work because it didn't work for the put. But so this one gives us a 400. Why? Doesn't say why in here. Oh, wait a second. Maybe it's this bad request. Maybe it's that shouldn't do it though. Oh, I did do it. So the question mark at the end was not happy with it. And then it resets it back to pending, which is good. But we could also throw in a we could throw in a status of active. Execute that. And now this is active. So if we go back up here, that's why I'm confused why the patch didn't work though. Because I would expect the patch to work. I don't know. That's weird. That's weird. That one didn't go through. Very strange. Might be doing something wrong somewhere in here, but no biggie. But now if I go back to my get by ID, where is my ID? So take this ID, and now if we say try it out, you execute, you should see this is now active. The wealth building journey 1, and there you go. All right, so that's that. I think I'm not too worried about the put. I know the put works. But figure that out another time. Not gonna spend a bunch of time trying to figure that out, that put, but or we can take a quick look at it. Why not? Why not take a quick look? What do we got? What else do you got to lose? What else do you have to lose? All right. Request body schema. I don't know. Don't know. Oh well. Oh well. All right. So last bit of time, I was thinking of let's see if we can see if what we can find with this HTML stuff, right? Because I think it would be cool to have it generate HTML. It only generates this JSON file, and I would want HTML. I like, if I want to share it with whoever is going to be using our application. Because how am I going to send them a? I mean, I guess you could send them a JSON file. I don't know. Let's do some quick research, right? Let's see. Load JSON or how to view Swagger JSON file. All right. So how to open local files in Swagger UI. Is there a UI to paste Swagger JSON and see it visually? Let's see. Swagger editor. What's Swagger editor? So you can drop it, but that's so annoying though. I just want to be able to see it. I don't want to have to drop it in here to see it. Let's see. Swagger auto generate HTML file. Generate a static HTML page from a Swagger documentation. The easiest way is to go to, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Download Swagger UI folder is dist. Copy your Swagger JSON into the dist folder. Open the, oh my God, this is so, ugh. Swagger auto generate. If we look Swagger auto generate, and well, that's not this one I wanted, but let's go back. Auto generated documentation with API and open API. Let's see. What? All right. I think this was the guide we originally used. So npm Swagger AutoGen and Swagger UI Express. Swag node.swagger. Okay. Do all this stuff. Wait a second. npm run AutoGen, Swagger AutoGen. No, wait. What? Yeah. Is that what we've been using? Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Getting started. Let me see. Introduction. Install. Yeah, Swagger autogen. All right, we got that. And then you say you do that, run npm Swagger autogen. We got that. It creates your stuff here. Oh, is that what it is? All right, so the Swagger output will then we can add it to the index.html. Oh, I see, says the blind man. So if we go to Swagger UI.serve, where is the Swagger file? Oh, okay, cool. You guys see that? Do you see that? Let's see if that's gonna work. Let's see if that's gonna work. All right, so let's go to the file that starts it up. So let's go to let me close that down over here. And we're gonna go to not down. So all this stuff is good. And we're gonna go to app.js. And we're gonna go to API documentation. Where is API documentation? So instead of getting it from here, we're going to say from autodocs. And it's going to be swagger output.json. You feel me? Can't resolve. Oh, okay, you got it. So we're here. And
Lunch break! Lunch break!
we're just gonna finish this out because I think we got it. I think we've got it. Right. So we're gonna say we're gonna stop the app, stop the presses, and we're gonna start it up over again. So before we even do that, let's make sure we have our last generation. All right, and now we're gonna start the app. Son of a, what's missing? Oh, need attribute. Need an import attribute of type JSON. What are you talking about? Let's see. All right, let me see. Import attribute of type JSON. I think of JavaScript that drives me crazy. So you're telling me I need to. Oh my god! All right. Can't resolve API documentation. Oh, okay. So need an import type attribute of type JSON. Let's go over here. Need an import type attribute. This is what this is. How do I fix that? Import. Yes. Import. So let's go back over here. So let's go import API documentation. Like I just did. Like that. Import documentation from with I don't know. Type JSON? Or I guess this. That looks weird. Import from with. That looks weird. Insert. I guess. Let's go with that. And we are, I guess we'll go close here. And let's try that again then. So let's go here and nope. Unexpected identifier assert. What if I just, let me see. We get so close to the end and now we are getting this nonsense. Error import. Needs an oh my god. This would be so easy. Let me see. Load. Let me see. Import JSON from with type JSON. I'm not getting with the work. If I change this to with, oops, and it says new line or semicolon expected. That's a pity. That's we're so close. We were so close. Let me see. We look over here real quick. I see, but this is in it's not in. Swagger file. Require. Let me see your car. Let me see. I don't see anybody putting the ad on it. Assert type. That's what I just had though. And it accepted it. But then when I ran it, it said unexpected identifier assert. Let me search that actually. Unexpected support. Unexpected. All right, let's see what this. Well, this is Shopify. No. Let's see what this one says. Import token assert type. Write into your package.json type module. Pretty sure I have that already. No? Yeah, type module. Oh, come on. You're not helping. That would have been so cool. Like, oh, that would have been so cool to get it to work. That's so annoying. Let me see. Fix by changing. That would have been so cool to get it to work. Import dog. That's a pity. That's a pity. We're right at the finish line. Let me see. Because what I have is when I go over to here and I say API documentation from here, and if I take it off altogether, it's going to tell me that module needs an import attribute of type JSON. Module needs an import attribute. Let's see. So module needs an import type attribute of type JSON. So, so here, when I then compile, all right, the same thing I'm getting. I then add that, and all right. So finally figured out there's an experiment option in whatever this is. It allows you to tell to keep the assertions. I have no idea what that means. How should I import JSON in Node? This is not, all right. So I try with import and import here. Import as JSON file from here. You are using Node ECM. ECM does not currently support. By default, you can either turn on JSON module importing by passing a CLI flag or create a require function in your ECM code to turn on JSON node importing by passing a CLI flag. You could do node experimental JSON modules, your file here. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Parse JSON manually. All right, I'm going to try this one. And if that doesn't work, then we are done. We're done for the night. All right. So let's try that real quick. Let's see. Import. Does FS even exist? Do I have to install FS? Let's see what happens. If I go and I drop, let's say we go over to here and I comment this out and I drop that. And then I say, we take this right here and let's say API or Swagger output. And we say this is going to be here. Like that. It's like this and like that and like this, Anna. Let's see what happens. Argument. Unresolved variable or type Swagger. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, so the thing is with this version, it doesn't, assert doesn't work. Assert doesn't work. I'm gonna try this. If that doesn't work, then we're just gonna wrap it up with that, you know? Well, we know it will eventually be possible, even if it's not possible now. Missing import statement. Oh no. Well, let's try. I'm gonna give it a run. See if it doesn't work, then too bad. So sad. Oh, that's not what I needed to do. Actually, let's do. Oops. Oh yeah. Wait a second. That started. That started. So let me stop it. Just what the heck is going on here? Why did that? Okay, so I'm gonna run this one more time to generate the documentation. Then I'm gonna go here and I'm going to start the app. As weird as it's acting, let's make sure the app does show up. So the app does show up. All right. So now, if we go to here and we go to /documentation. Let's see if it's using our I think this is the new one. I think this is the new one, right? Let's see. This, I believe, is the autogen. Oh yeah, this is definitely the autogen because I don't think in the first one. Let's go take a quick look, right? In the docs one, API docs, we did not have the wealth building journeys quote in this one, I believe. Yep, we didn't have the wealth building journeys quote in this one. So we got the HTML to work. That's what I'm talking about. So your car, as far as the assert not working, right? This is what they said. They said that, where is it? Let me see. Where did they talk about the assert? Let me go back a page. I'll show you real quick about why the assert wasn't working. Let me see. So according to the proposal, with the new keyword is with instead of assert, but assert is supposed to stay compatible. But I guess the node on my computer is 22, so I don't know. I guess it doesn't work. With that, I don't know. I read something. I just read something. Maybe I'll send it to you after. But it said that the assert wouldn't work. I don't know. But yeah. So, but we got it to work. Even though we had to like do a little, hacky way. But sometimes you got to hack your way through it. You have to hack your way through it. I'll find where I saw it and then I'll send it over to you. But yeah, because this documentation is like from. I'm not sharing the screen. I was trying to share like what I was looking through. But how should I import JSON in Node? And by doing this, doing that. But yeah, when I tried to do the assert, it said that it wasn't going to work, and I got an error doing the assert too. So I don't know. Anyways, we went a little bit extra on that last segment, but we were so close. And we just had to see. We had to see it through. Did you guys see it through? This just making sure. This is it, right? This is loading from our auto generate. So we configured it the way that we should, and the way that we know that it's from the auto generate is because right here is the quote from the wealth building journey. We are in it.
Let's get it. We the best.
All right. So very, very cool stuff. I love it. All right. So now. Oh God. See, K Cooper comes right at the time where I'm going to explain. What am I going to explain? Why I'm an idiot. Right? Your car already knows the story because he was helping me, trying to help me figure this out. So for the past. So all right, let's rewind real quick. So in the project, this project right here that I have been working with my tech barbarians on, we had a sprint goal to get the app in production where the API is working, but would still be loading from our Google Sheet. Right? Now, I'm like, all right, got everything done, and I try to load the app. We're having issues, database issues and stuff like that. And I'm like, why is this thing not working? So I got past the database issues, right? I had to create I'll talk about this on Sunday, but some what do they call it? Like on AWS is a private link thing. We'll talk about that on Sunday, and I'll show you the code on how I got everything set up through Terraform. But then I'm like, so now we're connected to the database. I can see it's connected. I'm like looking at the logs and stuff, but every time I do an API request, I'm getting an error. I'm like, what in the world is happening? I have absolutely no idea what that. So I'm doing a bunch of changes, the deploys, updating versions and stuff like that. It is a hot mess, right? Hot mess. And I'm like, I said, I'm like, Yakar, have you ever seen this message before? And he's like, oh, I don't know. And then he starts looking around, and I sent him on a wild goose chase. I am so sorry, Yakar. Oh my God. Send him on a wild goose chase. I'm like trying to figure this thing out. And I'm like, something hits me. I say, and this is the same issue I always have, like when I say, all right, this is ready to be tested, and then right, but so now I'm looking at it. I say, you know what? Because in my troubleshooting, I'm looking at the what do you call it? The username and password to be able to connect to the API. And I'm like, why is it working locally for me, but it's not working here? And I'm recreated a bunch of different steps. Totally lost. And then I end up saying, let me manually type in this. Let me hard code it into the like locally, right? And I'm like, okay. So with the environment variables, it's working. When I hard coded, it's working, and everything like that. And then I say, you know what? What would happen if I totally took out the username and password and I try to send it? Oh, actually, no. Before I even did that, this is how I troubleshoot when I'm trying to figure things out, right? So I say, all right, what if I just take out the username and password altogether? Is the API going to work? So I push it up, and I push it up to the production, and I test it, and I got a response. I'm like, okay, I got a response. So that means that this is actually working, but something where the username and password is not being accepted in the application. I'm like, what in the world? So I said, all right, what if I totally remove it on the, like locally, right? Like where it's expecting the username and password, but it doesn't know what it is. So I do that, and then, and only then, I get the same error as I got on on AWS in production, right? So this is why I'm the biggest idiot that I've seen thus far. In all my smartness and geniusness, right? Remember when we were doing Terraform and we had set up, like we had to set up the environment variable for like how to connect to the database and all that good stuff, right? Well, yours truly did not think of adding the environment variables for the API username and password.
Bruh.
So like a week goes by and I'm trying to figure this thing out. I'm like, what is going on? Are we going to be able to meet this next sprint goal and everything like that? And then I see this. It hits me. I was like, what in the world?
You should know your role and shut your mouth.
That's what I said to myself. I was like, you idiot. Anyways, so I go into Terraform, I add the variables for it and everything, and I restart the application, and bada bing, bada boom, everything starts up. And I, at that point, was like,
I hate it here. I want to go home.
Mr. Ferris, it was not a AWS issue. It was a PCAP issue. A PCAP issue. All right. So that is why I am a total idiot.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And that's it. That is it. Let's check the chat and we shall wrap it up for tonight. It's already 10:04. My goodness, on the East Coast. So let's go through the chat one by one and we'll wrap it up. So let's see. And this is where we're at. It says, David says, that was hella solid, bro. I appreciate it. It's my pleasure. And because Ferris is here, we are going to celebrate again because I want to show Ferris how to properly celebrate your friends' accomplishments. All right.
Thank you for your patronage.
And Ferris, that is how you celebrate our friends' accomplishments. All right. All right. Let's see what else we got. So that was your car helping me out while I was fumbling and bumbling over here. Ferris says to Mitch that he will put hands on him. Hashtag. You have to include the hashtag no Diddy. And Ferris also said to your car, got a game, man. All right, got you. Your car helping me out some more. He says he will game when Call of Duty Cold War drops. I will game when Call of Duty DevSecOps drops. That's what I'm talking about. And David, so Ferris said, gotta get the backstreets on Call of Duty. David said, someone say Call of Duty. Your car helping me out some more. And says, yep, add me, same as my YouTube name. I used to play Call of Duty a long time ago. I sucked. I suck at video games, right? And Mitch is back. He says, Ferris, you let people hype you to go against your idol. I know this is what I do. You are so bad. You are so bad. And it says, Ferris, watch what you say to me. Where I'm from, I saw fights turn into... My God. Where does Mitch come up with this stuff? I gotta say, Mitch has these crazy bars. I tell you, I saw fights turn into curfews. That's awesome. That's a good one, Mitch. I like that. I like that. And we got K Cooper in the building. Good evening, K Cooper. How are you doing tonight? And David says he doesn't play Call of Duty at the moment because he's busy getting that bag. All right. He can get you on Discord for a future date. Oh, let's do it. No, dude, you guys are so silly. You're so silly. All right. What else we got? Is that it for the night? Ferris says switch to Azure. First, somebody that I just started coaching. They are learning Azure. So, I might slide through Azure, see what's going on over there. But I also told them like, hey, let's get Azure first, but we're also going to be going into AWS. And I recommended to stick with Azure instead of going to AWS because of the sector that they work in. You see, me, I am about winning. I don't have any favorites. I'm like, all right, you're in this sector. You have like your security clearance and stuff. You work for the government and stuff. Let's stick with Azure because the government likes Microsoft for some odd reason, And let's see what else we got. We got your car cheering and celebrating. He likes the money. I like that too. And Ferris says, yes, I'll get the soundboard. And Call of Duty DevSecOps sound legit. When that comes out, count me in, all right? And anything else we got? It says, Ferris says, the one's really taking the roasting from Mitch. That was a good one. I'm sorry. See, Mitch, how does the saying goes? When you come at the king, you best not miss. I'm just saying, like that was a good one. And it says, you never seen fights that turn into curfews before streetlights come on, everybody fighting, gotta be home before the cops come out. I was a well-mannered young man. I did not get into these type of situations, all right? Mitch says, first you try to bring the old me out. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up tonight. You guys are too fun. It says making it sound like a breakup. You see, look at that. Look at that. Do you see how much fun we have learning tech? We have these crazy folks. We have Ferris and Mitch going back and forth. We have your car going crazy trying to find me a solution when I am the problem. You know, I shared why I am an idiot. I shared my one-liner on Reddit. I shared my thoughts on no-code solutions. And I shared what I thought about your manager being scared of you. Right? Your manager, I don't think your manager's scared of you. Maybe some of them are, but I wouldn't be. I just want to win. I just want to win because
They ain't believe in us.
but I believe in us and I believe in you. Right? And as your car says, tech is hard. People are fun. Bars. All right? So, with that being said, you guys know it's time for us to wrap it up. It's time for us to wrap it up. The question of the night, the ultimate question of the night is:
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
and you know, with all due respect, Mitch says, with all due respect, Ferris, it better come. That's all trash, almost as bad as your car and Ralph's jokes. Why are we catching strays? Why are we You see, we were just here minding our own business, your car, and we're catching strays because of Ferris. You see? Gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna see you guys. Remember, tomorrow we have the bug bite. We're going to be looking into the snowflake hack. You know? Looking into the snowflake hack. And you guys know yesterday's price is not today's price. Today's price is certainly not tomorrow's price because
one more thing. Price of the brick going up.
The price of the brick is always going up. And on that note, you guys have an amazing night, including you too, Mitch. We are out.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again. Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
What is your profession? It doesn't matter what you think.